you look closely, you'll see the sand momentarily coming from a single rear wheel, then the drive changes to the opposite side. That's the LSD working, but it's still not enough to keep the Prado moving in the soft sand. Note how the sand is coming from all four wheels. The problem is that the drive is not constant. It's momentarily being interrupted by the braking system, which is slowing the Prado down and retarding its forward motion. Drive is evenly and constantly sent to all four wheels on the twin-locked Prado. See all four wheels and the constant rooster tail of sand? This provides the best chance to crawl through the sand without becoming bogged. A few small things to note when using lockers is that when the front is activated, you do get a little loss of steering as the driven wheels tend to want to pull you straight ahead. You need to be aware of the road conditions and only activate the lockers when required. Unlike traction control, they can't be used on sealed surfaces. Now, you may have thought that last situation was a little bit extreme for the type of driving that you want to do with your own vehicle. We've got something that's much easier here. It's dry. There's only a small rut down through the middle here. We're going to run each vehicle through here, first gear, low range, very slowly, and see what happens. We'll start off with the open diff Prado. My guess is that it will struggle coming up here. We'll see how it goes. Okay, hold him there, mate. Now what we're seeing here is the back left wheel is spinning and it's just come off the ground, so there's not enough grip to get any momentum to drive it forwards. The same is happening on the front right wheel. We'll reverse it back with a little bit more momentum. We'll try again. Okay, hold him right there, Ramsey. Now, you saw what happened there. This wheel was probably a foot or so off the ground. The front right was way off the ground as well. Spinning. What happens is when the car rolls backwards, that front right wheel especially bites into the ground. You've got the potential for a CV to snap. It means that we either need more momentum or we'll see how the locked vehicle and the electronic traction vehicle goes in a sec. Okay mate, well done. So there you go, he did get up. You heard the crash and the bang yourself. There's potential for underbody damage, even rear bumper bars, front bumper bars. It's not the way to do it. Too much momentum will kill your truck eventually. Electronic traction control time. Yeah, just a few more revs, Ramsey, see what happens. Excellent, mate. Just keep him up there. That was a perfect example of electronic traction control not doing exactly what it was designed to do. With the low revs, you could see the wheels biting and unbiting and biting and unbiting, so no forward momentum was taking place. But with a few extra revs, it managed to claw its way up. No damage, but you had to be overriding that braking system to make it work. Bring your Prado up, first gear, low range, both lockers on, front and rear. Drive it as slow as you can and see how you go. Okay, that's great, Daniel, just hold it there. So that's the perfect example of going extremely slow through a small rut. There was no damage done to the vehicle or the track, and it just proves that you don't need to be extreme or hardcore forward driving to warrant having an aftermarket locker. Touring vehicles, especially a vehicle that doesn't have a huge amount of suspension flex, can gain the benefits of having this locker switched on in the right situations. It makes driving so much easier and safer. Alrighty Daniel, it's been a very long day and a fun one. We've been tackling some fairly hard climbs, slippery and rutted. We then ducked down to the beach for a while, had a bit of fun in the sand, and then this afternoon we're over here on the easy ruts. Now in every situation, the ARB truck shone through over the open diff Prado and the electronic traction control. Run through a few figures here. Now we are dealing with new vehicles here, so there's a lot of money's worth. A standard Grande, 75 grand. A standard GXL is 55 grand. It's 20 grand's different so far. Daniel, a really rough price of an ARB air locker setup like what you've got here?
With the complete system installed by ARB, you're looking at just over $3,000. That's going to vary a little bit depending on the make and model of your vehicle.
Okay, so roughly 3 grand, probably a little bit more, a little bit less, depends on the exact make and model. We'll keep it at 3 grand to keep the math simple at the moment. Daniel, that's $17,000 difference. If I was out in the bush with a 4-wheel drive, I know which vehicle I'd rather be in. It's the one with the diff locks, and I've saved myself 17 grand, and of course that's a lot of money left over to buy other goodies. Now, that sort of driving situation would make me climbing up my steep rocky tracks in my Ute 4-wheel drive one very happy 4-wheel driver.